road for 1.5 miles.
Oh God, no. We are going into dark.
Pitch black. But the stars will be bright.
That's my movie road. Movie road right there. Hold on a second. Okay, that's movie road. We found the movie road. Okay, now we are going to find a spot where we can park for the night.
I already see a couple of lights on here.
Action.
Take two.
Hi everyone. We are lovely Flottante,
I'm Mark.
Rebecca, and this is Johnny Woofer.
He's Santa Woofer today.
Santa Woofer. Can you see? Oh, your head is down here. Okay.
Spoiled dog.
So here we are now in Alabama Hill,
Yep.
Lone Pine, California.
Right.
So we arrived here last night, 7 p.m. something. So it's all dark already. We cannot see anything, barely. So we find this spot just off 190. So we decided, okay, let's just stay here for the night. And then, so after we settle down everything, and then we step outside the RV, and then we look up to the sky. So, wow!
Look at all the stars.
Star full of the sky.
So dark, no light pollution.
Yeah, like diamonds.
The only light pollution
Bling,
you can
bling,
see
bling.
is from the tiny little town over here, Lone Pine, which is 2 miles away, or something like that. So we saw lots of stars, and then when you put the camera up and you took pictures with aperture optimized for astrophotography, you could see like 10 times as many stars. So there were just millions of stars out there. It was amazing.
Yeah,
And
yes.
then I saw
Shooting!
7 shooting stars.
7 shooting stars.
How many did you see?
None.
How come?
I don't know what to look at. But they're so fast and then they're
She's-
so short.
She's never seen a shooting star, so maybe she doesn't know how to train her eye, but they're obviously very quick,
Yeah.
and poof,
And
they're gone.
and he said you have to keep your heads up to the sky, staring to the sky all the time. And I said, your neck doesn't get hurt? So I cannot really look up the whole time. So I look away sometimes, and then he said, hey, shooting star. So where? So we kept doing that over and over, and then in the end, I still didn't see any shooting star. Okay, so we kind of introduce this place.
So Alabama Hills is famous in the last century at least for movies, especially black and white cowboy movies,
yeah, the
Western
black and white
movies.
era.
Lone Ranger was filmed here. Unchained Dango was probably the latest one. I think I said that right, or Dango Unchained. Pretty interesting movie. And that was filmed here, and some of the scenes when they were trying to go through, like to the railroad tunnel, I think that was in this area, or on the way there. Obviously, the rock formations are really unique. It's kind of like looking on Mars, the way they are.
Yeah.
And then one of the latest ones also was Iron Man. Yep. When they were out in the mountains, obviously, that's what the scene was here for that one. So there's a road here called Movie Flat Road.
Movie Flat Road. So this is the way we came up Lone Pine, right? And then we took a Whitney Mountain Road. We turned to Whitney Mountain Road, and then we are looking for the Movie Flat Road.
Wasn't it like Whitney Powell or something like that?
Oh, Whitney Portal Road. Yeah,
Whitney Porter Road. Yeah.
From Lone Pine. And then you will find this Movie Flat Road. So where you see you can find all the dry camping spots anywhere. There's 3 campers. They park over there. So probably you cannot see from here.
So last night we got here, it was really dark.
And we got into the Lone Pine, and then we took a left on the Whitney Porter Road.
Whitney Porter Road.
Yeah, and I kept going for a few miles.
Get you up to here.
And then you will find Movie Flat Road, which is the famous road.
But it was so dark.
Yeah,
it was really hard to figure out where to camp, because this is BLM, Bureau of Land Management area. And you can camp for free for 14 days with a permit. And so you probably can't see it in the frame, but there's a couple of campers over here on the far rocks. And there's a fair amount of campers here, but it's pretty isolated. It's all...
Oh, there's a bird on the tree.
Yeah.
There's a bird.
It's probably hungry.
Yeah, it's a fat bird. Can you try to see bird?
Where's the bird, Jenny?
The Santa hat doesn't really fit you. We need to do something about the hat. Okay, so here we are at the altitude 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really cold here. Last night was freezing.
Right.
It's even colder than now. And so we are lucky that we have this RV with us, so we can have the heater on, so we can get through the night. It was really cold. And this morning we got up early again. I can't believe it. We got up early.
Before sunrise.
We can never get up earlier.
But I wanted to take a time lapse. I don't think it turned out very well, but I took a time lapse last night, and for some reason I did something wrong with the camera. It didn't stitch the 500 frames together. I can probably do it in post-edit, but it may take a lot of time. And then this morning, I don't think it's a very compelling time-lapse, but we'll see. You never know until you get it onto the computer, but it takes a lot of time to get those shots, like upwards of an hour per 15-second sequence. So today, we're going to drive around Alabama Hills a little bit, and then we're going to go over to Death Valley, over to the mountain pass. The reason we're going over there is that we got a Jeep rental there. We have our highway bike with us, but highway bikes aren't very useful for a lot of the roads out here because they're remote, gravel. So we're going to go over to Death Valley and get a Jeep rental, and we'll have that probably for 5 days.
So far we reserved 5 days, but we don't know how many days we're going to need. So we will see.
I didn't research Death Valley very well because I thought we were going to spend most of our time in Alabama Hills, but it turns out you just can't. I don't think you can get any rentals here that we could find at least. So maybe a Jeep's in our future one of these days if we're going to do this a lot, but or at least a dual sport Explorer bike. Anyhow, we may be able to do some highway days on the other bike. It's going to be 80 degrees in Death Valley, but right now it's 45 degrees and a little windy.
Today, here we are, is November 18. So it's really cold. If you want to come here around this time, be aware in the morning and at night, evening, when sun goes down, it's getting cold.
As you can see, maybe when we show you later, Mount Whitney has a fair amount of snow on the peaks. We've had rain the last couple of days, so some of the snow hit there.
I saw there was snow on on the mountain, but it's not. Maybe.
Well, just the top half.
It's just the white rocks, huh? Is there snow on the mountain?
Anything white is snow.
Oh, okay, so I'm right. There's snow now.
It is snow. You see a bunch of it there.
So that's the snow, huh?
So, yeah, so we kind of came down to here because, you know, it is basically winter coming on and cold. And it's rainy in the valley, and we really like it out here in the west, in the Rocky Mountain area. But also, Death Valley is very warm, so I thought it'd be enjoyable to be there.
Yeah, Death Valley is too hot to go in summer. So
We haven't really done a lot of dry camping, so
this is our first dry camping.
well, I mean, real official, right? I mean, we've done dry camping on parking lots and truck stops, but nothing here.
Yeah, nothing that
So,
out nature. Out in
Water
nature.
is a big issue, you know, storage and usage, because there's only so many places you can fill up with water, and none of these BLM locations, of course, are plug-ins in this area. It's all dry camping, boondocking, as you would say. People like it, though, because you can get away from other people, and it's really beautiful out here. So there's a penalty you pay for convenience, but the payoff and the view and the serenity and the peacefulness here is amazing. I just couldn't believe how quiet it was last night. You know, about all I could hear was a ringing in my ears.
And the engine, the heater.
Yeah, and the heater when it turned on. And then, since there are campers close by, within, I guess you would say, earshot of a generator, you want to try and avoid using your generators until 8, you know, typical 8 to 8 kind of time period during the day. So we were on battery all night trying to conserve and used our gas propane heat. And it, you know, trying to get all the systems working right is always a challenge, but we got it working. And extra blankets, and we were pretty warm. Johnny was snuggled with us, weren't you, Johnny?
And he has 2 jackets on, one hoodie, one with hoodie, and then we got him the Santa Claus hat. Apparently this one's too big, and the front end is keep falling down.
But
and
keeps
his
him
head-
warm.
Yeah, but
That's
he's
the point.
So he's nice and warm, but he's a
So
little bit
for us
shivered.
warm-blooded Californians, you know, even
This
though
is
I grew up
cold.
in the Midwest,
This
your
is
body adapts to the warmer weather, and it's
good that I
cold.
got this hat before the trip. I didn't know we are coming here, but I just got it.
Yeah, good
the
timing
target.
on that. I
Yeah.
wish I had one now.
Yeah, so cover my ears, cover my
You
hat.
look like a panda bear.
Yeah, but my
or a
neck
squirrel.
is kind of cold. I have to lift up this one. Maybe.
It's a dark, cold world out there. There's a time to live and a time for a man to die. There are places for dead men in the earth and the sky. Don't you venture too far now, 'cause you can't come back from the place where the good guys always dress in black. When you go to the old saloon at the dead south end,